As a result of our public records request, we finally have a board meeting, and they have it unlisted because they know that I can watch it and nobody will actually see anything I do. So it doesn't matter to them that I watch it because I have no, actual way. It's just about me and my little circle of friends. It doesn't get anything I'm doing doesn't get out anywhere. So anyway, since they gave it to me, which was earlier, as you can see, there's no views. So I'm going to be the first view. It's unlisted. Okay. I love you, Trimet. You're so great. You're just endless hours of great entertainment for me. Let's see what they said. It's only a half hour long. So let's see what they did.
Business meeting will begin directly after the public forum. I point out that we did not have a public forum this morning because of the
look. Okay, here's WebEx, Travis. Here's Kimberly Sewell. Who's that?
But I will point out that
there's nobody there.
We did encourage anybody who wished to make testimony to us to submit it in writing by 5 p.m. yesterday. And I wanted to let everybody know that we did receive 29 written comments, testimony from folks. And most of the topics were about the Youth Pass program and its relation to the Metro 2020.
I don't see Ozzy there. Where's Ozzy?
Measure. Probably the next level of concerns or issues we heard about were about our purchase of diesel buses. And then finally, there was a few comments about the coronavirus and some of the things that we're saying. I want to thank everybody for sending those in. I did read those this morning early, and I know that Director Way wants to comment a little bit about the youth passes, and we'll do that at the very end of the event.
I'm sure you read them.
So unless you folks have any other comments about what we received, I'm going to go right into the board reports.
No comment.
Let's go into the board reports. The first report is of the Accountability Committee, which is Lori Irish Bauman.
Where is she? I don't see her. Where are you?
Bauman, are you there?
Nope.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, where? Okay,
we can hear you.
She's on a phone.
Give me a minute to find the right button to push. Well, good morning, everyone.
I love this shit.
Video is not working, by the way, but I am here. So this is a report on the Accountability Committee meeting that took place on Friday,
There's
March
Travis.
6th. At the meeting, we reviewed statistics for the Accountability and Transparency website, which included data comparing February 2019.
Who cares about that? Get rid of that. Come on.
February 2020 visits, and that indicated a 7.1% increase in page views to the site over the previous year. The most viewed pages on the Accountability and Transparency website included ridership and performance statistics, public record requests, and the Board of Directors meeting schedule. Next at the meeting, Dave Whipple demonstrated for the committee the newest additions and updates to the look and feel of Trimet.org. Trimet.org receives over 8 million visits a month for self-service travel information.
Who gives a shit? Move on.
Those visits come from a mobile phone. So the goals of the upgrade are to improve the trip tools, modernize our web presence, and encourage multimodal.
Who cares?
And from what we saw, it does all those things really well.
Yeah, you're wonderful. We know that. Okay, move it along. Move it along.
Good report. Are there any questions by the board for Director Bauman?
Look at Bruce's house. Look, see here, Bruce's door's open too. That's cute. I like it. There's Kimberly and her. Look, there's her stairwell.
Sorry, Bruce, I was a little slow.
Okay.
It's fucking great.
I just had a question. Does this come under, or does the transit that we use for our disabled folks or our seniors, does that come under this as well? Because I've been receiving some concerns from citizens about the I guess the availability and convenience.
I like this Keith Edwards guy.
Getting
he tries his best.
Seniors. I have a constituent that has a mother that's 100 years old, and they were supposed to go to the doctor, and they made arrangement to get there. It was a 4 o'clock appointment. They made arrangement to leave at 2:30 to get out there.
I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink.
About 4:30. They were able to see the doctor, but she wasn't able to get her mother back home until about 8:30 that evening. That's a bit cumbersome. You're talking 6 hours for a doctor visit. And so I just wondered if and the issue and concern, I guess, is the convenience and the availability of accessing that mode of transportation for our seniors and for those that are disabled.
Right. Yes. Director Edwards, the website that we were looking at was not for dispatching the Lyft service. That is a separate function, and certainly I'm on the Committee on Accessible Transportation, and we're always interested in hearing about these concerns. So I guess I would ask the staff to communicate with the appropriate people at the Lyft program about this.
Bruce, it's Doug. What I might suggest to this one, if Director Edwards is comfortable, we'd love to get some more of that information so we can get our management team connected into this to follow up to understand, frankly, what went wrong.
I agree with you on that.
Okay, we're back.
Think, if you've got the information, Director Edwards,
what are they talking about?
pass it on to Doug.
Where's Doug? Where is Doug? Oh, there he is. There's Doug. Look at him. Is Doug in Canada?
There can be problems.
Are you in Canada, Doug?
The delivery of service, but it shouldn't be something.
Where are you, Doug?
So we'll look forward to seeing what staff says to you. And if we need to visit this again, let us know.
I'll follow up with Director Edwards then.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'll get more detailed information as well.
Oh, see, look, it's cute. I like it. It's great.
Anything else for
This is classic. Isn't this classic? No, get moving.
Let's move on to the Finance and Audit Committee.
Forget the committees. Let's hear Dougie.
Excellent. Thank you, Bruce. Good morning, everyone. We had the normal Finance and Audit Committee meeting this morning.
Travis, we don't
WebEx, just before this meeting started. And frankly, as we look across the marketplace, as we look across the nation and in a sense globally, clearly there are things that are changing very rapidly on a daily basis, and they all have both, it's all taking a human toll and also an economic toll.
Hey, look, there's an actual.
Economic toll is not absent.
You can actually see him.
And it's incredible team.
Hold it. By the way, your term is up. You and Warner. You're now past your terms, but conveniently, I guess you'll just stay forever, so that's not surprising. Whatever, doesn't matter.
From our operators to our staff in the office and administration.
There's Kathy, look. There's Kathy up there.
So as we look across everything, I do want to say that as Trimet is a very complex and large organization serving a myriad and a multitude of communities all throughout this region, which makes the task of what we do on a daily basis challenging. And,
Travis, you give me a fucking headache.
We have seen in the news, we have seen some dramatic drops in Trimet in riders, and that's in some sense it's a good thing because of the social distancing requirements and other things. It's challenging as we look to respond to the financial challenges that are now being thrust upon us as an agency, as a group of leaders. And so this is leading to our team, at every level, having to look at many different things as we begin to adjust. And again, the complexity and the sheer geography that we cover.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Okay, Travis. We get it.
That goes into it. And so we are seeing.
Move it along.
So there aren't any hard figures.
I don't want to hear you. I want to hear Doug.
The course of how we operate.
Shut up.
Service.
God damn it.
Service perspective.
Shit. Oh, no.
Months,
well, he's still going.
Those impacts are.
He's still going.
Of what's going on right now in the budget, we still have the opportunity to do that. Even
moving along.
In the June 1st.
He's still going.
Situations like we're facing right now make hard
Holy
decisions.
fuck.
As to ensuring that service is available throughout.
I want to hear Doug. I don't want to hear you.
Unlike other agencies in the state, many of them, if not any of them, have.
We're going to move it forward because I don't want to.
As an agency, as to how we're going to respond to some of the challenges, how that's going to function.
Jesus Christ!
So
he's still going. All right.
Around is around our fares. Now, I'm really hoping that, we do our very best to keep fares as is, to make.
Really. You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. You're actually talking about increasing fares in the middle of this. You gotta be fucking kidding me, all right? Jesus H. Christ, motherfucker. Why are you even talking about this? It should be fare free for everybody until further notice. Okay, you're getting $128 million from the Fed. You put that right into the fares. Okay, that's what your fare. That's what you get from fares. You take that money, you put it right into the fares, use it to help people. But they're not going to do that, are they? No, because they're just like the rest of the government. They're going to steal what they can.
Make it affordable, to make it accessible for folks who are still transit-dependent riders. And so I know that we had a fare freeze for this year. Do you anticipate an increase in fares?
Well, what the fuck?
Due to the changing economic climate?
Oh, Jesus.
Director Wade, that is an excellent question.
Travis, I
and
want
at
to
this
smash
point in
your
time,
face.
we're on the premature edge of kind of what we're looking at here to really be able to define kind of what that looks like going forward. That's a great question. And as
Shut
we
up,
begin to
Travis.
unpack
I
this
can't
further,
stand you.
I mean, as you know, the majority of Trimet's funding comes from payroll taxes. And so with the potential decrease in employment in the region, in the state, clearly that's going to...
That's right. You're fucked.
Revenue
Correct.
and our opportunity to kind of continue operations at its current level, potentially.
Why isn't Doug answering this question? Doug is the power broker here, okay? Does everybody understand that? This guy right here, see with my mouth? He's the guy that's controlling this, not these morons. Him. All right. Now, why is Travis answering this?
Oh, so over the next, I'm really confident that over the next couple of weeks, month or so, depending on how, it's probably going to be even over the next month.
Why are you answering this? Doug is supposed to be answering
the
this.
Economic impact, what the current stimulus that potentially is going to get approved at the federal level, how is that going to give the economy an opportunity to recover on a more faster curve?
It's not going to recover. You got big problems, and you need to get rid of all the non-essential employees like capital projects, marketing, governmental affairs.
So really, that's I'm really...
I don't want to blow my own horn, but I was talking about the economic collapse quite a while ago and questioning why they're continuing these expansions when we knew this economic collapse was coming. I mean, we knew something was going to come. A lot of us knew this. We didn't know how. Now we do, but we knew a collapse was coming. And here it is. And so, all of this expansion stuff is done. It's done. It's finished. This is a brave new world, and everything has changed.
Being sincere by saying that's a great question.
Travis.
Right now, we don't have the clarity to
Travis,
fully say.
I want Doug to answer these questions.
Over the next fiscal year and into the fiscal years that are subsequent. There wasn't any conversation about raising fares at the Finance and Audit Committee.
Thank God.
That we just had. That wasn't something that came up. The majority of things, some of the things that we're looking at,
they're going to raise fares in the middle of a fucking
that will help
depression.
us reach a potential kind of stability within our budget. Are some things that are happening in the broader economy that are going to be helpful. So we'll have to kind of see how those things play out. And again, over the next couple of months, we will have better visibility on the budget for the next fiscal year. But really, it's just on the premature edge to be able to say whether or not if this is going to impact fares in the short and medium term. And
it better not.
I can turn this to.
I mean, even discussing this is abhorrent. There's not going to be a fare increase. You cannot increase fares. Okay, you cannot do that. You should be reducing fares. Should be fare free. You should take all the federal money and put it into replacing the fares. That would be the right thing to do. But this is government, and government only serves the elites on all levels.
E or Doug to
Come on, Doug. I want to hear
actually
Doug. I don't want to hear
feel
you.
like there's some clarity that they have that
Doug!
we didn't actually talk about.
Come on, Doug. We want to hear you. Doug.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Here we
great
go.
Response.
Great response.
I might just add, so in the current time frame, I'm going to call it months, photograph that we are looking at right now, there is no fare increase being
Good.
contemplated.
That's good for you.
Stated and
Thank
not
God for
stated
that,
and discussed, as Director Stovall indicated at Finance and Audit Committee. It is not in part of what management's looking at right now.
Good.
I
Thank
think there's
God.
quite a number of levers at our disposal before that would be on the table as a discussion. So that would absolutely come back to the board around fare increases themselves. I think to your point as is, that's what we are trying to do, is to collect fares in a very humane way.
No. This is terrible that you're trying to collect fares. Everybody universally condemned. Okay. Big mistake by Doug. He's ruined his reputation with this. This is a big mistake, even trying to collect fares at this point.
Because we do rely on that revenue stream.
No, you don't. It's only 10% of your
some
budget.
agencies are collecting fares, some are not.
Oh, you're such
We
a
are collecting them now,
neoliberal.
but not contemplating an increase at all at this time.
Thank God for that.
There are other levers over the, again,
Other levers like what?
because of the significant uncertainty that Wall Street and anyone has right now on how this is going to unfold. We are looking at this.
We know how this is going to unfold. It's going to be a fucking disaster, okay? It's unprecedented in the history of the United States. And this is going to end very badly for everybody, including the rich, who may not be able to get their servants to show up.
Over a month's period for the first contemplation. As more information comes in, then we will factor that into the conversation. But to the fare increase, that is not first and foremost at all.
Well, thank heavens for
Thank
that.
you. And both of you answered some of my questions that I had around, the stimulus package from the federal government. Still unsure, right? Uncertain of how that will impact.
Yeah, no, you got 120 million, which is exactly the same as your fare
You
revenue.
also alluded to the business folks, the business community here, and how we're also, because of the employer tax, how it's not sure at this point. It sounds like, how our businesses here in Oregon are going to continue to operate with maybe growing unemployment and other factors. But if you have more insights on that, definitely please let us know.
Yeah, excellent.
No, shut up, Travis. Let Doug talk.
The stimulus package isn't even approved yet. It feels like it's going to be, but
It is approved.
So
what the hell is he talking? See, he doesn't even know. This was just Oh, no, wait a minute. It was March 25th. Okay, so we already know that it was approved for $125 million for Trimet, which is the exact amount of the fares.
New that we haven't even been able to look at the transit component of it. We know that there's an amount potentially in there for transit if it gets approved. We don't know how that's going to be delivered, how that's going to be parsed out to the various communities. So we're really, again, on the leading edge of this. But I can assure you that from what the conversations have been so far, I know that Doug has reached out to each of the board members individually throughout this week, just keeping everybody apprised. And we appreciate that. And so as this continues to unfold and as the team gets an opportunity to kind of look through what's going on, I have been impressed and confident that the team is going to stay right on top of this and be able to keep us informed as we move along.
I get tired of Travis's bullshit. Can you shut up, please? Damn, I've listened to you for 8 years, man.
President Warner, I can maybe add some commentary once I get to my own general manager remarks.
Yeah, get to your manager. How much is left? This is not going to even.
That would be good.
Get to your manager.
The only other thing I would say is that, again, the staff did do a great job outlining some of the things that they're looking at in terms of downturns in revenue and opportunities to save money. And I discussed with the committee and with Doug the need to get back to all the other board members to kind of let them know of the numbers we have. I think Doug has it on his calendar for the next few weeks or maybe the next week to get together with you folks, either, obviously over the telephone, but maybe with one or two of you at a time to go over the number, because I think they were very valuable for everybody to understand. Did you have any comments?
Dougie, I want Dougie. You guys shut up. Let Dougie talk.
I have a comment.
I want to hear Doug. I don't want to hear the rest. Oh, it's
Thank you.
Ozzy.
So
It's
appreciate
Ozzy.
the questions from Director Y.
It's Ozzy.
I had a
Motherfucker
question now
Ozzy.
that's about the finance committee.
Vote for
I
Sarah.
picked up
Fuck
some of these
Ozzy.
topics,
Fuck Ozzy.
general
Vote Sarah.
Comments in a little bit, but I wanted to put out that we have.
But I like, I like Ozzy. Ozzy's really been a good sport. I got to tell you, on the Twitter, he's been a good sport. I like the guy. I like the guy personally. I like even Travis. I like Bruce. I like all of these people. I don't know Doug, but he seems perfectly nice. I mean, I've met Travis. I've met Bruce. I haven't met Ozzy, but I've communicated with him. These are all very nice people, but you can't trust them. You know, they're part of the elites. I mean, Travis is a nice guy, but he's in the mix here. He's probably going to run for office eventually. Don't vote for Ozzy. Nice guys. He's CH2M Hill. Forget him. He's a corporatist.
Financial situation right now that's evolving, obviously. So the questions I have, I know we don't have answers for now, but I want to put them out there as questions that are still on my mind as we start understanding
He's
more
so cool,
how we're responding to the situation.
Ozzy look at how good he is, man. That is a politician. He is a politician, isn't he? Look at him.
The big question on my mind is what is on the table as far as what is vulnerable and at risk from an agency, service, and operations standpoint. I know that we're talking about.
Oh my God! There's only 12 minutes left. So this is the whole board meeting now. Where's the rest of it? Public records.
Service levels in critical areas, and understand where we have maybe elbow room to pare that down at this moment in time where we're just trying to be safe. But I also know from a financial standpoint, there's some pressure to understand how this plays out as we learn more about the relief package. What it is that we're going to be able to lean on to maintain operations or even consider maintaining service levels in a pre-COVID scenario. So those are the things that are on my mind from a what's at risk, what's on the chopping block.
You know, Ozzy knows the issues, okay, because he's been on the Twitter and he's been actively communicating with us dissidents. So I would have expected a better question here from you, Ozzy. Okay, you're not coming through. Okay, you're exposing yourself again as a corporatist. You know the issues. We've told you the issues, and look at what you're saying.
Block standpoint, and that brings me to my next point. The fairs were something that immediately became a concern. They already were a concern for folks outside the community. I've heard the same drumbeat as Director Y as far as people concerned about whether this new situation means, the fairs might be back on the table as something to try to recuperate losses.
No.
So it's worth it for us.
Ozzy, okay, stop motherfucking lying. Okay, you know what we think out here because you've been communicating. You know how we feel about this. Are you going to stand up for us or are you going to pull a Bernie Sanders on us? You know, Bernie talked all this big talk and then he fucking just said, forget it. He was a lying piece of shit, okay? As he was in 2016. He did the same bullshit to us. Are you going to be like that, Ozzy?
I think to make it clear to the public in a press release or in some public fashion that for the time being, the responses we're making to this issue do not include consideration of any fare changes in the near term.
He's not.
I think everybody will breathe a sigh of relief.
He's not doing what we asked him to do. He's not bringing up the issue
with regards to communications that are on.
You got to vote for Sarah if you want any kind of change. You got to vote Sarah. Okay, you can't. Wheeler, of course, he should be guillotined. Now Ozzy's a corporate. The only person you should be voting for is Sarah. Okay, that's the only person who's going to make any decent change.
In the public's mind, I'm hearing the same question as Director Y. What does this relief package mean for our transit agency? So as we learn those things...
Ozzy, you're a slick mofo.
That I look forward to, and I'm hearing a lot of folks outside very interested in hearing about.
Look at Travis.
Because there are transit people out there that are both...
Look at Travis right now.
Afraid of the system and still
he looks like Alien Covenant.
For other things like to get groceries, which hunger is something they're afraid of too. So
Right.
this brings me to the
There's
final
an
point
Ozzy.
of information flow.
Come on,
and
Ozzy, get to the point.
communications. I brought this up with Doug. on our
Well,
phone
keep your
call,
eye on
and it's something
Travis.
that's top of mind for me
What's the?
because we have a lot of
Look at him.
communities out in our region that don't use English as a primary language, and
Travis
are
got
also
that weird
hungry for
smirk on
information
his
now.
face there.
With the need for this
With the
constant
alien
push
on
for
his face.
information to get out to the public, I just want to bring that message from the community to us about.
Oh man, there's
ensuring
only
that
like 10
we're
minutes
putting
left.
an
Are they going to
equal
cut this off
lens
before
on
Doug?
the languages that we put out there, so that English, Spanish, Vietnamese,
Ozzy.
Slavic languages
Jesus.
that have a high number that are already part of our language access plan are getting produced and put out in some sort of parallel.
Ozzy, shut up already! Get
even
Jesus.
standard
These
of
people
care
just yak
we put
away
out
and
those
they
holiday
and they
content.
say nothing.
There's people in the community even saying, "What can we do to help?" We just need to get the information out.
Jesus Christ!
Stop there.
Doug.
Good questions, good comments.
Fuck all this. I want to hear Doug.
Perhaps I can comment
All
to
right.
those, Director, President Warner, under my comments at the time as well.
All right.
Okay, Doug, go.
Thank you. Yeah, let's move on. I think there's going to be
What?
a
That's
lot of
it?
dialogue going on, but your points about making sure the communication gets out is very, very vital. Well, with that, then let's move on then to the Transit Equity Advisory Committee.
no.
Director Gonzalez, you're still on, so keep
Oh,
going.
not this. We don't care about this shit.
Just muted myself. I'm back. Okay, let me get my notes here.
Oh,
I'll start
Ozzy.
this by saying I did not have the pleasure and privilege of being able to sit in person
Oh, good.
for this meeting.
Yeah, goodbye,
I
Ozzy.
have
Go away.
fantastic
OG.
agenda and notes provided by our staff. So thank you to John and the team for stewarding what looked to me like a spirited meeting.
I like this. I
There
like
were
this
four
new
main
format.
topics that were
I'm all in
reported out
favor
on.
of all the board
The,
meetings being like this from now
Fair
on.
enforcement study was reported out. There was the
Oh,
conclusion
no.
of the second study as they get set up for the third review of the system. This was a checkpoint that was provided to TIAC. There was a report out on the 2020 bond measure as it relates
Yeah,
to
right, that's
the
gonna
tunnel
get-
study. So someone from Metro came in to present about the efforts of the tunnel study to the TIAC consortium. They also spoke about the transit-oriented development program. So we had staff come in and speak about the TOD's ongoing community feedback efforts, and so there was some sharing about what they've been doing in the TOD projects, as well as what they're continuing to do with community engagement. And then the final item that was reported out on, it had to do with, came from the Multnomah County Youth Commission, and was also, as Director Y pointed out, had to do with the Youth Pass program. The Youth Commission was able to provide some recommendations from their constituency, who of course is, I'd say, the tip of the spear stakeholder in this conversation. So they were very clear about trying to bring a recommendation to the agency for some solution that could be year-round, that isn't just so dependent on the just to and from school and the school calendar.
Oh, I don't care about any of
that
this.
is, available
Man,
to youth,
this is going to be a
as
GIF, isn't
defined,
it? Where's the rest of
by
the
law
board
in grade
meeting?
18,
Trimet public
without
record.
income restrictions. So
Fail.
it was a very broad-reaching recommendation that was brought to the
Fucking
table.
fuck with me.
So there was a lot of spirited discussion on all of the topics.
We don't care about any of
Enforcement
this, and they're going
tunnel
to
study
move
as
forward.
their constituent.
I guess what I would like to see, though, is dovetail in regard to any kind of fare increases. I certainly agree with the directors in regards to not having a fare increase.
Of course. They're not going to have. We're not going to hear anything here.
Of having someone from the safety and security.
Oh my God.
Sentiment about how we.
Edward was saying, sort of a common thing.
They're not going to. They didn't give me the board meeting. They only gave me a piece of the board meeting.
Report, because I do see all of these three committees as hopefully working together and complementing on what our agency needs to improve on. And
Where's the rest of the goddamn board meeting?
Especially TIAC is giving. In regards
Daniel
to,
McGuire, you fucking conned me, motherfucker, okay? I take it back.
Vulnerable in our communities who are in
They're just yakking.
But, members of the board, I think Director Stovall.
Wait a minute.
All right, we ready to move on then to the general manager's report?
Oh, no. They're going to cut it off at the general manager's report.
Let's do that. Let's move on then to agenda item number 2, the general manager's report. Mr. General Manager, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the board, I think Director Stovall started off with a really important update. I'll continue on with that, if I may, around COVID-19, or refer to as C-19 for ease of speaking terms. Secondly, while we manage the current challenges and the importance of that, we'll also look back at last month's ridership. While we're in this,
I just got conned by Trimet Public Records.
Amount of work that's gone into that, and yes, that will happen.
You fucking motherfucker! You fucking motherfucker! You fucking pieces of shit!
I'm going to ask Sam DeSue, our Chief Operating Officer, to give you a quick update on the looking back, if you will, the last performance for the quarter. So, but first, in terms of the C-19 or COVID-19, I think we all know this.
Oh my God! They're going to just cut it off any second here. We got 1 minute to go.
All impacted. There's nobody probably on the planet who's not. I know, I think our staff all knows these are really difficult and trying times for everybody in Trimet, as well as the community we all serve. So this ghost virus is impacting everything that we are involved in.
Wait a minute.
So,
ghost virus. I like that. He's got a point, doesn't he?
This is a very sensitive time. It's a very dynamic and fluid time as well. And even by reference, literally things are changing hour by hour. And
watch what's going to happen here. Watch.
The Finance and Audit Committee, just before that, for an hour ago, the federal government is coming out with $25 billion as part of their stimulus package allocated towards transit. Understand and move this in a fast-moving environment.
They fucking conned me. They fucking oh, you're such fuckers, man. Trimet Public Record. You fucking conned me good on this one. You assholes.